Hello everyone, today I'll show you a guide to Analog Antics. If you don't know what Analog Antics is, it's my acing game on Roblox based off analog horror characters. I'll explain to you what characters do, the maps, even the lobby. But let's start with the simplest. There are three categories, being the deceased ones, the assaulter, and the victims. There are a total of 5 victims and 3 assaulters. The first victim is the backrooms researcher. He is a sentinel. Originating from the backrooms, he pretty much just researches the backrooms with other researchers. His first ability is a taser, which upon making contact with the killer stuns them for a brief time, and the second ability tracks every single player on the map in a radius of 200 studs. He's got 115 health. The second victim is the Smile Pills patient. Originating from the Smile tapes, he is a survivalist. He's also the only character who currently doesn't have a render image. For his first ability, he drinks a health potion, regenerating a huge amount of health, and for his second ability, he drinks a cup of coffee and runs much faster. The third victim is Jay, originating from the Return of the Pumpkin Rabbit. She is a sentinel. Her first ability makes her throw a rage table, stunning the killer for a long time, having long range, but also long wind up and long end lag. For her second ability, she uses a torch, which upon activation lightens up the area a lot. For the fourth victim, we have Jack Walton. Originating from the Walton files, he's a survivalist. For his first ability, he uses a flashlight, which obviously lightens up the area. But for his second ability, he drinks a cola, healing his health by a slight margin. The fifth victim is Dino, originating from the Return of the Pumpkin Rabbit. He is the only support currently in this game. For his first ability, he uses a staff which heals his teammates from any range, and heals around 20% of their health. For his second ability, he eats a turkey leg which heals his health by a small margin. And for his third ability, he summons a bunch of zombies using a zombie staff. And finally, the sixth survivor, we have Red. The first assaulter is the Pumpkin Rabbit. Originating from Return of the Pumpkin Rabbit, he is a rushdown / trapper type of killer. For his first ability being claws, he uses his claws, gains a short speed boost, but also deals insane damage. For his second ability, he places down a wall, and for his third ability, he places down a bear trap, blocking any entrances and exits. He has a default walk speed of 16, which can be increased or slowed down depending on which ability you use, and he has 450 health. Bacteria is the second assaulter. Originating from the backrooms, he's a rushdown type of killer. For his first and only ability, he swings his hand, dealing like 20 to 25 damage. He has 32 walk speed, making him the fastest killer over here, and he has 1000 health. Vitamimic is the third assaulter. Originating from Vita Carnis, he's a deception type of killer. For his first ability, he swings, decent amount of damage. For second ability, he switches skins with a survivor. And for his third ability, he grows some vines to stop a victim. And finally, the fourth killer is the boy. Now let's talk about the lobby, shall we? Upon spawning, you'll be greeted with a spot sign which says recommended graphics tool, which obviously recommends the graphics. You will also see two holograms of me and your normal Echo, who is the co-founder. Oh, this is a sign which recommends to watch all the analog cores which are inside the game. Over here we have my YouTube channel and Discord channel, which is also here we have instructions to how to the server link. The tag part of the username is my Roblox username, and the thing after the one is an underscore. Alright, let's move on. So we already talked about this. This is the victim's room, and this is the assaulter's room. Over here we got a interference of 3 different pathways. In the center we have the crawl. Over here we have memes and fan arts, but there are really only 2 memes, being 3 clicks cranking and the Waltach files. I forgot to place this. Over here we have the library, which is probably the only form of lore you'll ever get. As you can see, there's quite a lot of books here. There's also this mysterious dude who will be important to the story later. But for now, let's continue. Over here you also got some ladders, which lead to 2 different sectors. The first one being the credits. As you can see, here's every single one of the people who worked for me and helped the game. And over here is a terrarium. You heard that right, the terrarium. As you can see, we have a nice view of it. Okay, not so nice view of it actually. You can enter the terrarium. There's also an empty containment, nothing too special. But here's how the terrarium looks like, nothing special. Every once in a while, you got like a max full of cats spawning in here. Alright. Now let's talk about the maps, shall we? There are a total of 3 maps over here, being Bunny Smiles Inc., the Pumpkin Rabbit House, and the Backrooms. The Backrooms is also pretty unique because it has these arrows which help upon navigating through the maze, leading to the exit. Speaking of exits, there's a really important feature inside this game. I like to call these exit doors. Basically, they're pretty much the only way for the victims to win. The doors respawn after 1 minute, which is pretty balanced if you ask me. But basically, how should I say this? Basically, after the time runs out, these doors will spawn on their exit location, which victims will then be able to, like, get out. However, the amount of time a round has depends on how many players there are. If there are 4 less players, the round will be 3 minutes long. If there are between 5 and 8 players, the round will be 5 minutes long. And if there are 10 or more players, the round will be 8 minutes long. There's also a cash system which I like to call research. You can only get research as a survivor, considering if you survive the round and escape through the exit, you get 30 research per round, which is a bit underwhelming. But what can you do? You can currently only buy killers with research, but in the future I am planning to like make survivors purchasable with research. You know, not survivors that are currently in the game, but like future survivors. And that'll be it for today's video. You have the Discord server link invitation in the description. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.